Hey everybody, I'm connecting with Delinda today, so I'm going to be sharing some distance energy healing and wisdom related to these awesome goals of yours. Thank you so much for sharing here on YouTube. I've done other sessions with Delinda, so I'll put links in the description if you guys are interested in checking those out. So I've read your goals, and there's a part 1 and a part 2. So the part 1 is what you want me to look at today, and the part 2 is really just the kindest. It was so kind. It's like a waterfall of kindness towards me, and I want to thank you for all you shared there. And I will read it out loud because you had mentioned that. All right, so this is your goals for the session. You say, Abby, could we work on my horse spirit energy? I would love to braid that to my swan's totem and send it to the moon. I have an Aries friend of mine I wish to hug with everything I am. And let me know how it's flowing. That's so cool. What cool goals. All right, so horse spirit energy, braiding that into swan's totem, sending it to the moon. And an Aries friend you'd like to hug, and you want to know how it's flowing. This was the part 2. You say, thank you. I've really been personally enjoying your inspirational videos. You speak in uplifting ways and drop helpful clues when it comes to psychic awareness. Thank you for your time, energy, and focus, helping me thin my veils, clarifying communication with my higher self and source energy. Thank you for cleaning up my dreamscapes with your vast wisdom and bathing us all in the goodness and healing. Wow, this is really nice of you to say all this. You say, I appreciate how compassionate and understanding you have been with my traumas my family has been facing, even if you didn't know you were doing it. Thank you for opening your heart to a stranger and allowing me over a year's access into your psychic healing. My face is resting in the sun, and I'm sipping tea, listening to birds sing as I write this. You are a wow, Abby. Thank you, soul sister. Thank you for you. Thank you for who you are and how you touch the collective. P.S. Sorry to embarrass you. Reading out loud sincere compliments to a collective audience takes incredible bravery, and I know how carefully you read my words before you tap into my energy. Haha, I love you. Thank you for that. I mean, come on now. I think anybody reading that would feel just as bright as I feel right now. It really reached my heart. And I think that's a really good energy to have in diving into these goals. It's going to be a really fun session. Thank you, Delinda. You're awesome. Okay, so horse energy braided with swan totem, flying it to the moon, Aries friend you want to hug. Let's see how it's flowing. I got it. It's almost like poetry. Here we go. Okay. It starts with a lot of density, okay? It's a lot denser here on my right side. It's really dense. I mean, I feel like I am going from maybe soft and pliable to dried out and hardened. There's this snapping of wood, and it's big chunks that are kind of snapping, and you see all these frayed parts of the wood, and it just snaps and opens up, and it's like, oh my gosh. Ouch. There's a lot of, I feel like an earache and a headache on my right temple even. I feel like it's all the way down to my jaw. This energy is really dense, really dense. I don't want to say that it's dried out, but the image is the experience of being kind of moldable, shapeable, and then I'm stuck and then snapping. And it's not, believe it or not, because this image looks destructive, right? It looks bad, but it's not dried out and it's not painful. So I am supposed to shift this. This isn't, I don't feel on the left side. I feel more like normal, but let me just kind of experience it here, because this is very disorienting. Like I can't not feel this over here. It's really grabbing my attention. So my, what is going on here? This is like loopy weird. All right, so my left arm is like growing really long and it's like dragging on the floor. Okay, so maybe there's flexibility. It's too flexible on the left and it's losing flexibility on the right, and we need to blend these two sides together. You're kind of like, yeah, but you're kind of like, you're saying, let's say 3 layers of information at the same time. One of them is the horse spirit, but not quite like that, because you're also saying that you're attached to a cave, and the cave is kind of this, it's like you wear it around you. It's like being inside of a rainbow, but it's a heavy rock material. And so that's also what you're talking about, the cave. You're not so interested in this, believe it or not. Inside yourself, this right and this left is like, it'll figure itself out. It'll figure itself out. Let's just go to this. It's true. It will figure itself out. But why am I'm not able to see anything else until I see us through this. It's one step at a time. It's like, I'm ready to take that trip to Florida. I don't have the money yet. I haven't booked the plane tickets. I don't even know when. I haven't talked to work. Is it even going to be this year? Like, you're kind of like this. You're getting too far ahead of yourself. It will actually catch up. It will come right on with you. It's like the comet with the energy behind it. Like it's all part of the process. Like it's in motion here. But I, Abby, the human, and how I'm guided to do this work for you, I can only do this first, okay? I'm telling your inner self this. I know I'm telling you this because you're going to watch the video. Everybody's watching this video, so it sounds like I'm telling you this, but I'm actually talking to your inner you right now, and I'm telling her this first, okay? One thing at a time. So boring. One thing at a time. Developing a relationship with one thing at a time. You're hilarious right now. You're just really funny. You're like a mini squirrel, like the size of a little gopher, like one of the little ground squirrels, that you have a big fluffy tail and you're hopping on lily pads like a frog, and you're a squirrel. It's really cute. Okay, I have to go back in time now in order to access this droopy and this tightening. And this is important that I do this. And I'm not going back in time as in I'm going back a few minutes from when he started this session kind of thing. This is about back in time, okay? Whether that's 5 years ago or last month or yesterday, I am going back in time, okay? Not just 5 minutes ago. And when I get back there, I'm like a balloon and I'm floating up and away. And I say horse spirit and swan totem and moon energy. I think the word braid is powerful because I know what braid is, to braid it work it together, like the friendship bracelet, right? But there's something about even that geometric shape or that structure. It's like a DNA strand, like there's ways of braiding, I think there's something powerful when I hear that word. There's something powerful to the concept or consciousness of braid itself. And I'm floating, 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 floating above this, and I can't get my feet on the ground, and I can't get in front of it so I can look at it and analyze it. And we're also underwater now. So I just snap. I'm not floating above it. We aren't underwater, and I am in front looking directly at you. And I need you, this form of yourself, right and left side, I'm looking at it now, not feeling like I am it, but looking at it. And I say, what's going on here? Bruh. 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 That's what you say. Just like that. And you're dripping water, and it's kind of got a bit of a slime to it. So it's not really lightweight water. It's kind of got a gooey sensation. You're like a aqua lung or something. You're like a water monster or something. One long side, one dried side, but there's water slime, and this is very odd. I hug you. I hug you so big and so hardcore. Like I hug you. Like I hug you with all the love in my heart. Like I hug you, I squeeze you, I love you. Isn't there like a Looney Tunes cartoon where I will hug you, I will squeeze you, I will love you? And it's like this cat trying to get away from this like big oaf that wants to just hug it and squeeze it and love it and kiss it forever. That's what I'm doing. It's what you're lacking. You're lacking love. Like that awesome kind of love. Like, it doesn't have to be romantic. It actually can be totally an awesome friend. Because it's just so enriching to have that connection in your life. Like, I think of the word jabberwocky, but it's like to jabberwock, like, because you think of jabberwocky as in a monstrous, it's just like talking, because I hear that word as like jabberwocky, you know, talk, we'll jabberwocky away, we'll talk for hours, we'll do this, we'll do that, and we'll do this fun thing, we're gonna go there, we're gonna high five, we'll get breakfast, we're gonna yoga, we're gonna this and that and the other thing, we'll make our own candles. Like, it's just like having fun and living life and having friendship. Maybe that's the friendship bracelet, the braid, you know? Maybe there's a lot more here in this communication about braiding in the love. What if we blended swan totem with horse spirit? What would it look like? Maybe a miniature squirrel jumping on lily pads like a frog. I don't see horses and swans blending like that, but I get the impression that it's more fun and interesting when we work with what we never thought of before. And this is a very lighthearted. But this you is still unfulfilled or unsatisfied, and it is cold. You say that you are cold. It is a cold life. It is a cold relationship. And it's like a relationship with you, but it's not a cold relationship with yourself. That you're like a popsicle, like pulled out of the freezer, and you're not being enjoyed. You're like the forgotten about popsicle that fell way down in the crack, like way underneath everything else. Like, I'm thinking of like I opened up the deep freeze and I was like, and then you slowly but surely, like, things pile upon things, and like 2 years later the popsicle is found. Like, whoa, how'd you get in there? How'd you fall out of the box, you know? You're like the frozen, forgotten about popsicle. That's sad. But again, energetically, you are actually a funny squirrel on the lily pad. So there isn't necessarily a celebration of sadness here at all. It's a celebration of life and joy. But I am needing to look at this because it's still kind of like, it's like a backpack you carry, you know? And this is going on. This is part of your energy field. The first thing I experience when I go into these goals and to you at the same time is this. So we need to look at this. We need to totally look at this. Okay. I say that because it's kind of holding on to its presentation here. We're working on this. I see a pizza that came out of the oven that wasn't cooked all the way, and it looked like it was. He cut a slice, and for some reason, this in the middle, like right there, it was not quite cooked, and it was soggy and like disappointing. But for whatever reason, it feels like it's cold. The pizza looks done, but it's cold, and it's kind of just soggy. Hold on, I'm still worried. I'm like, I keep thinking of Aqualung. Aqualung is like, he's staring at girls with bad intent. Like he's kind of this creep on a bench. But there's this, if you take out the creep on the bench, but you kind of it represents kind of a sad story that nobody likes this Aqualung, you know? And it's like, you're this odd Aqualung thing, and it's a cold life, and it's a lonely life, and you're the forgotten popsicle that fell into the deep freeze, and like all the new stuff that keeps piling on top that never really reaches that, you know, popsicle that matters too. That's why you didn't care. Like you were the comet in motion. Like it's like it'll figure itself out. I agree, but I am told that we need to look at this because it's going to help you in every single way. And it is the past. It is associated with the past. So I'm sort of blending with you, and I'm just seeing what comes up because I'm trying to transmute as much of this as I can in order to get you to listen to really, and the next vibrational sound, this next song that I'm going to share, which is going to guide us to something fun here. Because I can't leave this you, like I can't, this is like, I'm not going to forget about this you, right? This you is still alive, okay? It's like this living part of you that you're trying to move on from cannot be forgotten about, though. It has to be transmuted properly. I'm so sad. I feel so sad. I say, show me your sadness that you still can't let go of. And I say, like, make it creative, like because sometimes when it's too much reality, like it's nice when we can have just a story, like the squirrel that tried to be a frog or something. It's nice when it can be like this. Your eyeballs fall onto the ground, and you say, I'm drying up. I see a sword that comes out of the wall and stabs you in the heart. The reason why I'm just like, I thought we were going to have like a cute little story or something. Like, my gosh, I guess we'll go with it. I mean, this is what you want to, this is how you want to talk about it, okay? The knife that is in the back, it gets you from the back and it stabs into your heart. Now you're shish kebabbed against a wall. Eyeballs on the ground. Eyeballs are like two little people that are rolling around trying to find their way. You say sacrificed. You say, you show me that you are a sacrifice. I mean, straight up, I see you on a weird, like, Egyptian table, and they're pouring blood upon you, and you're totally, like, okay with this. Like, you're alive, and you're saying, yes, I'm signing up for this. This isn't, like, against your will. And they're pouring blood all over your body, and there's some sort of, like, pleasurable sensation about it. There's a sort of sexual experience about it. energetically. Nothing's actually going on other than the blood, okay? But there's a sensation of something ignited within your spirit, within your soul, okay? And it's like a kundalini thing. It's an intimacy thing. It's an energy that's like that, okay? And you start to feel your spirit is embraced by a lover soul. And the lover soul enters into your human body, and you can feel the two make love within yourself. And it's so beautiful, and the tears are streaming from your eyes as you experience the sensation of lovemaking inside yourself from the spirit realm. And it's your soul and the soul of a lover. And therefore that have these like helmets, I mean, what are they? Masks. That's what they're wearing, of Anubis, okay? And they're very kind of strong, masculine bodies, and they stand in the four corners of a rectangular shaped room, and they hold a staff, each one, and they are facing inward, and you are at the center of what this is about. And I just see this is taking place, and then you fall asleep. And the blood is dried on your body. But what happens afterward is deep, deep agonizing sorrow. And you're actually carried into another room, and it's almost like you have died. And you live in this death phase for a long time, and it's horrifyingly painful. You even vomit from it. I see that you are gray in color and you vomit a lot, and it is like you don't die physically, but it's like your soul's dead inside your body. Your soul is dead. Souls don't die, but that's what it feels like, okay? And you can't die. You can't, you can't die, okay? Like, you feel like you have died inside, yes, you carry that death within yourself, but your physical body lives on and must live on. It must live on. And there is a horrible decay. I see, holy smokes, man, you need some kind of energy work. Like, I'm kind of the spirit looking in on this version of you from Egypt in this bedroom. It's very small, basic. There's light that shines in from an open window. And you're lying here, and there's also two guards of the Anubis masks on. And they're standing outside your door, and you're in agony. I mean, you're vomiting. This is not like over in a day. I don't even feel like this is over in a month, okay? And I see your human form, and I see inside your human form is awful, green, gross, it's disgusting. It's like this corpse inside of you. It's like you have a corpse inside of you. And I say, oh, I ask you, do you want a corpse inside of you? Like, you can have control over this whole experience. Like, we can let it be the mystery if you want, or I can just remove the corpse. You'll feel a million times better. Which one would you prefer? You say, I'm holding on to my lover who has died. And now the corpse remains, and you keep vomiting because of the pain is so great. And I say, can you let go? No. They say, can you let go? No. Can you let go? Hey, can you let go? Can you let go of that? Speak. Can you let go? Kind of exorcist level right now. It's like you're trying to say yes because you know that you can, but you can't say yes, so you can only say no, but you're not choosing to say anything at all, which is actually creating more illness here, because you're looking green now. Your eyes look like a possessed exorcism type scenario, like you're gonna go start crawling backwards on the ceiling or something. Your head's gonna spin and vomit's gonna say help me or something. And I just say, are you ready to let go? What I do is I just touch this. It's just like a decayed green ball, okay? And it's in your emotional gut and heart. Because the words let go as a human being is so interesting in our relationship with the harmony of we are part of everything. So there's no such thing as having to let go of something until you are in a psychological state of feeling as though you had something, you have something. It's your something, it's your precious thing, my precious, right? It's true, when we have something, it's precious to us. And now when we have the concept of having to let go of that precious thing, it's hard. But we're in harmony, we literally have nothing, we have everything at the same time. And so this part of you, the aqua lung, in this Egyptian experience, can be related to a real Egyptian lifetime. It's interesting because you've asked about that twice, and here it comes up and you didn't even ask about it. You tell me that the exchange of the lovers within you was so beautiful, you would never forget it, but in that state you would never forget it, you would never let it go, because it was a precious gift to you and part of your life experience. And I say, but it's now making you sick in a back room, and the spirit of Anubis is clearly part of this representation of these two guards, or these four that are facing the center. The wet blood and the dried blood. Now you are becoming sick from something that was an ecstasy, is now something that is a death, is a decay. You can't let it go. You never had it to begin with. Like, that's the whole truth about having and not having. We have an interesting psychological relationship with having things and not having things, but the truth is we have nothing and we have everything in harmony. So we got to bring the psychology back to that state, that framework. You say, this gives my life purpose to feel this pain. Okay. I'm going to ask your higher self, what do you say? Because what I evaluate when you say that is, okay, I'm going to leave and I'm going to create a time room and we're going to create millions of years, however long you want. And it could be a trillion years. And from my standpoint, I know that you don't want this. You do not want this. And so I personally do not want to accept that. I have to let go and give you what you're asking for, which is pain for all eternity. It's hard for me to do that. So I'm going to ask your higher self, is that what we are doing then? I instantly hear the sound of a incredible, like, lightning bolt, like crackling electricity, like something Odin or Zeus would create, right? Like, here it comes from the sky, boom, like into your room. And there's a charming energy here, robust, lifting you up. Because there's so much that you are carrying all by yourself, individually, independently. And when that happens, it's harder then. It's harder to set yourself free from these weights or these decays. And so he's lifting you up. He has nothing to do with Anubis. It's everything to do with a soulmate who cares, deeply cares about you. And you have to change the vision in your eyes, he says. And your eyes are getting dry despite all the tears. And they're hard to blink. But it's been so long. You're kind of like turning into a thin little, it's like the husk without the corn inside. There's empty little piece of laundry, like a shirt with no body in it. You're just kind of like a blanket. And you don't know how to become filled with meaning. Like, you feel like there's nothing that comes next. This is it. This is all there is. Wasn't, ever will be, kind of thing. Like, this is it. This is it. You start to turn the color like a reddish brown. And I see wild horses running. I see swans in love. I see a little mini squirrel jumping on the lily pads. I see an opportunity for something that comes next, that this isn't it, as in all. That remains is all there ever was. So when we hold on to these states, it becomes eternity. It becomes forever. That's why we have to be careful. What we hold on to for eternity, and it can be our pain. Until we decide that we don't need that experience anymore. We just go to the next experience as though it never happened, and we enter into the next version of eternity. It's like this. You're changing. You are a reddish brown color. You emanate, you glow this color. Literally, it's like, who would have thought of brown light as like add some red in it, like let it glow? It's a glowing reddish brown light. It's a very weird color to see glowing. And I see that there are two leaving. They look like popsicle sticks that were carved into, like, there's a head and then we could draw on it to make like a body. Because it's, yeah. And they're red and they're skinny and elongated, and they're coming out from your emotional gut and your heart. And it's pretty gross, like two broken bones. Pain is really great. I see two broken ribs pulled out. Like, it's as painful as somebody just, you're strapped to a bed because you'd have to be to endure this, and they just literally cut your freaking rib cage and just rip out two ribs. And they don't take any discretion over the pain or how that's going to make you feel to lose two ribs. Like, okay, they're screaming here. You're starting to freak out. You're waking up on this altar table, this four Anubis looking into the center, and you're starting to have a panic attack, and you're screaming as though that other room and the decayed inside and the many days, months, who knows how long, vomiting and this pain of grief. It's almost like it was a weird vision. And you're screaming and you're waking up and you start to panic and you say, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. You want the blood off. You want to be cleaned off. You don't want this. But the Anubis do not move, okay? They stand still. and you feel alone and you don't know what to do and you're panicking. And I hear the sound of the lightning bolt again, and it's like a Zeus, Odin, like the power of electricity. It's like really loud, crackling sound. And you hear that enter into this room here as you're on the altar in the blood. And your tears are in pain. This is a very unusual spirit. I don't know who this is. But he lifts you off of this altar. And he snaps his fingers and everything disappears of the scene. And he takes you a very basic bathroom. And he just turns on the shower, but he plugs up, it's like showering off the blood, but then like plugging up, like it's like the opportunity to bathe, okay? And it's not this like heavenly bathhouse or something. It's just your own bathroom kind of thing. Water doesn't just clean the skin, it purifies the soul. And you just start to cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. And I say, there's no more blood. And you say, when will it be over? There's all these kind of words about time. And when will it be over? I can't let go. I'm not gonna let go. I want this forever. I want this, and I'm not gonna let go of it, even if it's killing me from the inside out forever. So I don't really know how to answer that. Like, when is it over? Like, I mean, I said you're like, I don't know how to answer that. We're talking about time here. You decide what over means to you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. She says, can it be over? And I see the color orange. And it's very basic, but it starts to get light, like gains in its expression of light, okay? And I see orange sherbet, but then I see the ice cream becomes light. And the light isn't necessarily warm. It's like the cold light, but it's sherbet, but it's... You want something that can help you feel better. And this orange taste. And the orange light. And your eyes are dry, even though the tears are streaming. And they're hard to blink. And you want the orange light to be warmer than this. And I start to see a man holding a torch. But it's a fire does not burn, because I see we're kind of still in the bathroom scene, but we're kind of in a bedroom. But he moves the torch through your body like this, and it warms you from the inside out. And you say, make the cold go away. And he shakes his head no. You start to cry and you shiver and you say, please make the cold go away. No. So I have a big tree, and I have some nails and some pieces of wood, and I have an idea. I'm not that crafty, but because it's the energy world, I can make anything happen. And I see that I am putting forth a dream, a desire, a really neat thing, the creation of a tree house. It's interesting because I still have to, it's like, this isn't I just snap my fingers, bam, tree house. I actually see that I'm awkward about it. Like, I'm trying here. I'm sucking at this so bad. Like, and I'm kind of like, how is this not just appearing? I actually have to make it? I guess that feels like what I'm supposed to do. Like, I have a dream and it's this vision and I'm trying to make it happen for you, Delinda. Treehouse. Because I don't think we need any more questions or any more answers. We just need a treehouse. And that's like the question and the answer to everything. It's like all the questions and all the answers are a treehouse. And it's not perfect, but I tried my best. And I did this for you. I made this for you. And I hope you like it. And I see the squirrel who was trying to find a home on the lily pads instantly changes its direction and looks and sees this tree house. And it's like for a human, that this little squirrel just goes crazy, like, bing, like, my house, mine. And so like, boom, darts going into the tree house. I'm here. Mine. It's like, this is a human-sized tree house, but it's for a squirrel, a little miniature squirrel. It's like, but the squirrel's so happy, like, found its home. And it's like, going around in circles so fast. It's just running everywhere. It's pooping on things. It's just running because I don't know. It's like animal nature. It's like, it just goes when it needs to go. Like, and it runs and it goes. And it's just like, you're going, man. You're going. And you're like, do. Like it's a racetrack, but it's your body going round in circles inside and you're so happy. And this is so genuine and real. Like it truly is tuned into the human world. And you just become yourself, Delinda. You just collapse and me, treehouse, life is good. You're like this. You still don't quite look yourself. Yeah, I'm looking at you and you're tiny. It's like malnourished, as in lack. It doesn't have to be food, it could be nurture. And your body is just thin and cold and wet. Like you just washed up from the Arctic Ocean. And you're sleeping on the floor of this tree house. Just instantly went from happy squirrel to being yourself, even if it's lacking the nurture, cold, wet, and you just fall asleep. And I grab blankets and I just wrap you up in blankets, warm blankets. And I create the experience of a fireplace, and the fireplace is warm and you're resting next to the fireplace. And I feel this paralleling with another lifetime where it was like the winter of your life. It was winter time at this time, but it was like this never-ending winter of your life. And it was the loss of someone you loved. And I do see it's actually pretty, there's no lack here. I mean, this is a nice house, nice furniture, nice belongings. But it was like a death inside yourself took place. And I see you staring for a long time at the fire in the fireplace. And you have blankets, and you just, it's like you lost your personality, you lost your heart, you lost your soul. Like, you just this lifeless human that just lays on this nice couch. I mean, this is old school. This is like really fancy, ornate, olden time furniture. And you're in a great room and a huge fireplace that you just stare, and you don't eat, you don't drink anything. You just lay there in the blankets like you're never warm, and you just stare, lifelessly stare into the fire. The outside of the treehouse, I'm like, yes, we're making progress. We're making progress. But I can't be too loud inside this. I have to be quiet. I have to just watch. When I'm inside the treehouse, I just watch and I say nothing. But when I'm outside, I'm like, we're making progress. This is good. It's almost like it's intolerable for the you that's exhausted and cold and the under-nurtured, and this parallel to this other lifetime. It's like it would be rude of me to be laughing like lightheartedly, joyfully, like we're on the right track, everything's great, everything's gonna be fine. You're like lifelessly laying there and staring into the fire forever in the winter of your life. It just seems really vibrationally off. Bing! Ball. They don't mix too well. And I can't get bawed or like want Bing, you know? So I'm just like, take my Bings outside. But we're making progress. You need a long time. You need a long rest. Very long rest. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna like, there we go. I'm gonna let you rest. Fire, nurture is there. Comforts are there. I'm gonna actually warm all the air, because it's not just about the fire and the blankets. It's like the air you breathe to be nice and warm. The air, like I'm just going to all the particles of air and I'm just warming everything up. The whole room starts to feel warmer in this like super fancy olden time life. And then I'm paralleling with the tree house, and all the air is getting warmer, and I'm having the sun shining in through these windows. Even though there's branches and leaves, there's like so much warm sunlight. And I'm allowing your inner being to say, I'm ready to feel the warmth again. I'm ready to feel the warmth again. It's like this aqua lung, there's a reason why that keeps coming to me. Because it's like this cold and drooling, strange being, a creepy, strange being. It's just, nobody loves this being. Nobody cares about this aqua lung. We'll take out the fact that he's creepy. It's just, but it's kind of paralleling this, like, this behavior, this energy, this weight. So if Aqualung can say, I'm ready to let the warmth in, I'm ready to radiate the warmth from within, ready to be the warmth itself, I'm ready to feel it and be present with it. It's funny because like you were saying how the sun was upon your face as you're writing these goals, because this is exactly what we're accomplishing. Allowing you to really experience the warmth and the sunshine. Man, it's really tingly around your crown and your third eye. Like there's so many tingling sensations. So lovely. It's actually feeling the warmth is tingling your higher mind. And I'm letting the warmth just soak in, and it seems to really be attracted to the crown and third eye, but let's like let it soak all the way down into your toes, right? So let's like get it to soak on down through your throat, soak on down through your heart, soak on down through your emotional gut, soak on down through your sacral chakra, soak on down through your root, soak on down through your legs, into your toes and beyond, saturated in the warmth. Oh, that's nice. Because I'm gonna just set that over there. And then I wanted to go visit the horse spirit, the swan. Odd. Not easy to get to. It's like, it's almost like something of you feels as though this connection with the horse spirit energy is what you need. And I'm trying to go to that spirit energy that you're longing for, and it is really not easy to get to. And it takes me back to the beginning. It's like it'll all catch up with itself. It's all going to be fine. And you're kind of talking in these layers of you're already so far ahead of yourself. You're like the comet, and this is all the joy. It's just all catches up with itself. Like it's going to just all keep going, you know? But everything, the wisdom and the guides and the angels and they're like, we must look at the aqua lung. And so as I heal that and I let that find the warmth within, and we go through all of these visions and these layers, right? We move through it to heal it. It actually allows you to be in the presence of the joy that you truly are choosing to radiate. And it's whole, you know, it's a wholeness. I try to get to the horse through this, and it's like I can't yet. So what I'm going to do is we're not going to go to it. We're going to say it is already within your heart. So I'm going to go into your heart, and I'm going to see the spirit of the horse there. It's about the sensation of there's wisdom, there's beauty, there's freedom, there's pure nature, there's also the earth, the feeling of running wild on this beautiful earth, and the way it makes my feet feel. Actually, like as a horse, I feel like my body, but the way I can feel connected to this earth, it just makes me want to run, makes me want to feel that blissful freedom and this wild joy of being perfectly in tune to my natural self. And now that I'm targeting that, it's starting to blossom in here, okay? And it's like, and it's blossoming up and down, behind and front, you know, above, below, all sacred directions blossoming. That's so much better. That's real. That's real. It's within. It's very incredible. It's perfect. Now let's take a look at the swan totem. I am talking to my guides like, what is it about the internal and then the external? Like if I go to horse spirit, I can't get there, but I have to find the horse spirit within your heart, and then I have to blossom it from within you. That's the way I'm called to do it. So swan totem, I mean, is this an external or is this an internal thing too? I don't know yet. You don't even know. It's not internal or external. It's just like it is in it is. It's like it is. The swan totem is in it is. And I don't know why I'm standing at this lake and I'm just like rolling my eyes like I don't know why. I don't know, but it's like this snobby swan, but it's like so right on. Why wouldn't it just be? And it is. And I'm just like, whatever. It's almost like it really is that great. And I don't know why it's like bothering my ego or something. It's so funny. I'm loving it. The swan is, man. The swan is. And I'm at its is location. And I don't know why I'm rolling my eyes like, oh, it thinks it's so great. It thinks it's like this. That's really cool. It really shows like the energy it's vibing. Like it's it, man, but it's not it. It is. It is. It's really confident in itself. It's almost like kind of showing off how great it is. It is great. Has to do with actually throat, third eye, and crown. That's where it's coming from. It's radiating, and I feel it really like wow right in there. Okay. I start to experience yourself, and you were sleeping in that treehouse. You're starting to wake up, and you feel strange and different, and you don't remember. It's like, how did I get here? Where am I? Where'd these blankets come from in the fire? Am I in a treehouse? You're like this. You kind of had an amnesia or something. You're climbing out. You're literally climbing down a little piece of wood against a tree, and you're coming to the ground now. And you're walking on the earth, and you're naked, and you're not feeble, you're not malnourished in any way. You're just awakening is what it's like. Awakening, it's awakening. It's not awakening to yourself. It's not awakening to the spirit realm. It's just like, it's just awakening. And it's beautiful. It's like a breathtaking awakening sensation of life. I am alive, and this is my life, and it's kind of got a newness, like a sensation of newness. And I feel that amazing swan is, you say isness, and it is a swan isness. And I feel it's like part of your crown, your third eye, your throat. And it's like, is it welcome into the heart? Is it welcome in the emotions? Is it welcome into the sacral? Is it welcome into the root? It is, but there's like a resistance to allowing it to just radiate through all the chakras. Once it starts to go in the heart, it gets vulnerable, but the horse spirit's here to help. The swan know it is welcome here. No wonder I was feeling ego, because it's part of the mind, but it's like we welcome this, and we don't have to welcome it with judgment, and we feel it. We need to start feeling it now. It's not like the mind thing, it's the feelings thing. It's the sacredness thing, it's the rooted thing. And it feels strange, to be honest. So this must be the braiding, right? Oh boy, because it's like trickling down in through the heart and through the emotional gut, through the sacral into the root, and it's very thin right now, but it's making its way. You're way too top heavy, is for sure. It's happening. Still really top heavy. Oh. And I know part of it is the throat, the third eye, and the crown need to share. It's like, just let go of and share this swan energy. Share. They're holding on to it because it's their piece of heaven. It's what they have that helps them like rule their energy space worlds, you know? But it's like share, because the swan energy is part of all the chakras, a part of all of you. And that must be, again, why I was like, why am I rolling my eyes and stuff? Because there is something that is out of balance here about it. It's pretty cool. It is great. It's got it. It's you're still top heavy. I'm still working on this, by the way. Better. Part of it is the pain and the heart and the emotions, the sacral. These are really vulnerable spaces. And the swan is confident in itself. It's confident in its life. It's confident in its place. There is a strange bit of ego. I even see a swan walking around like a human with a boombox on its shoulder and shades, like, yeah. Like, I've never seen Swan act like this before. But I see that it's going to teach you how to embrace confidence in your life path and everything that you've been through. And it's like confidence and embrace of what you've been through makes you stronger, makes you this powerful swan. And it makes everybody else like, who does she think she is? When actually, you really are that isness. So it's like all draining. It's like, come on, let it rain here. Let it rain some more swan. Let's get it in these chakras. Come on, let's make it work. And it's happening because these chakras still are vulnerable, and it's like, drink up the swan. Let's just lean into it. Let it help you grow. Just let it be your crush. Like, let it guide you. Just lean into it. And the horse is interesting. It literally is about the passion of nature and connection with earth and beauty. And it's like the swan actually holds a little bit more depth and strength to where your needs are, which you named it as a totem, which is totally like a totem energy. And the horse spirit is there as like a joyful soulmate friend, just a gift for your heart, and it's just radiating. Still feel that there's sensitivity there, still working through this. So I'm just going to take what I saw of this one, and I'm going to place the image into the heart, place the image into the emotional gut, place the image into the sacral, place the image into the root. And let's just take this image of the horse, and let's place it into the crown, and let's place it into the third eye, and let's place it into the throat, and let's place it into the emotional gut, and let's place it into the sacral chakra, and let's place it into the root. And let's braid it together. Let's work together, swan and horse. What do you guys look like as one? They look like you, Delinda. It's being safe to love life. So when life is not something you want to love too much, because when it hurts, man. But you can feel safe to love life again and feel that. This is about the genuineness, because I feel that you are that way. I feel like you do that. I feel like there's still beneath the surface stuff to work on, but it's happening, and we're making incredible progress here. Like, my gosh, this is genuine. This is the harmony. This is good. This is a genuine achievement here. So much better. It's good for your spine, good for your hips. You're not like a cold, lifeless fish in the Antarctica or something. Like, that's like the cold ocean. No, you're not, okay? You actually feel warmth, you feel light. The orange light is not a cold light, it's actually like the sun. It's warm sunshine. You feel it inside your body and your chakras and your memories and your life and your being and your DNA. Like it's all full of light. Oh yeah. You feel good. You feel so good. I'm really glad I could do this. Thank you so much, Delinda. You're gonna be feeling amazing. Just let this energy work do the work, because there's a lot of digestion going on here. There's a lot accomplished here. There's a lot of rewiring, reprogramming, reworking. Like there's incredible achievements going on here. So if you feel like you just need to chill, then chill out in a warm way. You get to chill with warmth now. You're going to feel genuinely happy. This is going to help you really feel genuinely happy. All right, have an amazing day. Thank you again, Delinda. Everybody, thank you for watching. Take care.